Hi, thanks for joining me today. It's Geraldine from the Paper Puffin Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to make this pop-up gift card holder. A while ago I made this card and I wanted to make a gift card holder to match. So this is how this one works. You slide the belly band off, and when you open it up, the gift card pops up. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Now let's get started. Let's begin by reviewing all of the pieces you're going to need to build this card. You're going to need a piece of your base color measuring 9 3/8 of an inch by 5 inches, and another piece of your base color measuring 4 7/8 of an inch by 3 5/8. You'll need some coordinating cardstock, a strip of cardstock that measures an inch wide by about 10 inches long. We're going to be trimming that one off. Then you're going to need 3 pieces of that same coordinating color. One piece is 1 1/8 by 3 3/8. This piece is 2 5/8 by 3 3/4, and a piece that measures 2 inches by 3 3/4. I also need a couple of pieces of white that I'm going to use to stamp the sentiment. You'll also need 3 pieces of designer series paper. This one measures 1 inch by 3 1/4 inches. This one is 1 7/8 by 3 5/8, and another piece that's 2 1/2 inches by 3 5/8 of an inch. I'm ready now to do the scoring. So I'm going to take the largest piece of cardstock, and with the 9 3/8 inch edge along the top, I'm going to be scoring at 2 7/8, and then slide it over to 7 1/16 and score again. I'll then take this out of the trimmer and turn it, and I'm going to be scoring at 1/2 inch, and then slide it over to 4 1/2 and score again. Now we'll take the smaller piece of cardstock, and with the 4 7/8 inch edge along the top, I'm going to be scoring this at 1/2 inch, and 3 1/2 inches. Now I'm going to need to do some cutting. So taking that large piece of cardstock and orienting it like this, where I have the smallest panel on the top, the largest panel in the middle, and then the medium-sized panel on the bottom, I'm going to be cutting away these smaller pieces on each side. To make sure that you're cutting away the proper area, you can just take your ruler and measure the bottom panel, and that bottom panel should measure 2 7/8 of an inch. This bottom panel, you won't be cutting anything away from there. I'm going to go ahead and cut these pieces away, and we'll pick up there. Just to review, I'm showing you here that I've cut away these 2 pieces, and now I'm left with this large piece. I'm going to now fold and burnish along all those score lines, and I'll speed this part up for you. With all of those lines now burnished and folded, I'm going to be folding in these 2 tabs and folding up. This will make the envelope. So I'm going to place some tear and tape on this flap and this flap and attach it like this. I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll pick up there. I've got those flaps glued down, and now I'm ready to attach the designer series paper to the corresponding mats for each of these pieces, I'll go ahead and glue these together and we'll pick up there. To attach these pieces in place, I'm going to set aside the smallest piece for now, and I'm going to be using these two pieces to attach to the card. So the larger piece is going to get attached right here, and then on the panel on the front, I'm going to be attaching this piece. I'll glue those in place now. Those have been glued in place, and now I'm ready to take my smaller piece and fold and burnish along these score lines. Now this piece is going to get placed inside of this pocket like this, with the smaller folded piece inside. That will hold the gift card. So that will just get slid nicely in there, and you try to center it the best of your ability, and then you're going to be gluing it in place along the top panel here. So you'll see I've just left a small border along there. I'm going to be placing glue on the back here and then attaching like so. I'll go ahead and do that. Now with the sliding piece in place and glued, I'm now going to take this piece of Designer Series paper with the mat and glue that in place on the inside here, just like this. To show you how things are working so far, when I open up the card, it opens like this. I'm going to be placing the gift card in here. My next step is to go ahead and stamp the sentiments that I want on the little white pieces, and then I'll show you what we have. Now to make the belly band, I'll take this strip of cardstock that's 1 inch wide and about 10 inches long, and I'm going to be wrapping it around the card. I usually will score so that the belly band is not too tight on the card. I want it to be able to slide up and down. So I'll fold it over on itself, glue that together, and then the seam will end up on the back of the card. I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll pick up there. So here I have the finished gift card holder. You slide the belly band off, and then you open it up, and the little gift card pushes up. So this one had a belly band. That's one version I made. And here's another one. For this one I chose You Always Do for Others. Now do something nice for you, and the gift card would go here. And then for this one, I chose not to use a belly band. I used a little bit of Velcro here instead. So those are some different versions that I made. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.